You might be thinking that healing isn't easy, so why even bother doing it? Well, today we're going to share why. I want you to know that it is so worth your time and it is so worth your effort. So to figure out why you would take the time to actually go through the healing process, join me right after this. Hey sis, welcome to Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing. Are you hurt and confused after a recent breakup? Are you having thoughts like, I can't believe I'm here again. Why wasn't I enough for him? Or I'm never going to get married. Do you find yourself Googling how to get past the breakup or how to heal my broken heart? Do you start your morning feeling like you can finally breathe again, only to fall apart when you see a picture of your ex on social media? Hey sis, I'm Candace. I too was a single Christian woman who was heartbroken but still desired marriage. I too had numerous failed relationships and wished the right man would come along. I wanted closure from past relationships, healing for my heart, and I wanted to feel joy in my life again. But the truth is, I had no idea where to start or how to make any of this happen until I found the secret, partnering with God to heal from heartbreak. In this podcast, you will find tips for moving on after breakups, growing your relationship with God, and preparing for future relationships so that you will heal your heart and be ready to move forward into the life you desire. So turn off those heartbreak songs and turn me up in those earbuds. It's time to heal, sis. Hey sis, and welcome back for another episode. I'm super excited that you're here with me on today. Sorry that we are a day late, okay? But here we are. Not even going to go into it, but I already warned you that this year, the end of the year, may still be a little inconsistent, but it's all right. We're going to show up. I just want to first thank the people who have been reaching out to me personally, sending me messages and emails, just letting me know how much the podcast is impacting them. And just thank you so much. Thank you, because it's come at the right time. I honestly was just asking God, just wondering, is the podcast actually helping people? Is it having the effect and impact that I hope that it would, and that ultimately he wants it to have? I wasn't sure. And I just feel like people showing up last week and this week, letting me know how much the podcast has blessed them, has encouraged me to really keep going. And so thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And speaking of that, I just wanted to share that, y'all, we are coming up on two very major milestones with the podcast. Number one, we are so close to 100 downloads. It's a little bit scary. Okay. I'm sorry. 100. What did I say? I don't know. 100,000 downloads. Okay. We are about to hit 6 figures on the download charts, and I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous and I don't know why, but it is such a huge milestone. It's taken us 2 years to get here, but we are finally at that point. The second milestone is that we are also about to hit 200 episodes. So that's also exciting. Again, I don't know why I have this nervous energy around these milestones, but they are very exciting. And again, I could not do this without you. And just your encouragement encourages me to keep going. So thank you so much. And we will be celebrating those milestones. I will probably do them together. To be honest, we will most likely hit that 100,000 download before we hit the 200 episode mark. So just be on the lookout. We'll probably celebrate in the new year for that, because we're real close to 200 episodes, y'all. What this is, 197, 198, something like that. So we are just a couple of way. But I may take a little break here at the end of the year. Not sure yet. If you want to stay up to date with that, be sure to get on my email list or join my Facebook group so that you can get all the deets about what's going to be happening right now. But I'm just trying to take it day by day right now in this season, just like you do it in your healing journey. All right. And so speaking of healing journey also, we had the big Cyber Week sale on my course, Grieving the Living. Welcome to all the new students who joined the course. I'm really excited for you and excited for your healing journey. Can't wait to see your progress and hear your testimonies. Also, I want to let you know that for the rest of this year, I feel like God has put it on my heart not to put the price back up to $297. Right now, we're going to put it at $97. So we're still going to take $200 off. And that way it's more accessible to everyone. I don't want costs to be the thing that keeps you from healing. Now, granted, that price will go back up eventually, but for now, especially to the end of December, going into this new year, the price will be $97. So click that link in the show notes for Grieving the Living. And when you go to checkout, use the discount code podcast97 at checkout to get it for just $97. All right. And y'all, I am still working on my payment processing issue. I don't know. I didn't share with y'all. I shared via email. I didn't share on the podcast. Okay. Last week during the sale, we had issues with processing actual credit card payments. I think everyone who actually paid on the spot paid through PayPal. It's accepting PayPal and possibly Venmo, not sure, but PayPal for sure. Credit card payments, a few people reached out to me and were like, hey, can't process my credit card for some reason. And so I ended up sending invoices and they ended up paying the invoice and I manually enrolled them into the course. So my point here is I'm still working on that payment processor because I am doing this by myself. But when I figure that out, it will be yay. Okay. And then, but for now, if there's an issue, if you're going to pay with a credit card, email me if you have an issue processing and I will send you an invoice to pay. It is an extra step and I'm so sorry about that. But for now, I don't want that to stop you from actually enrolling in the course. So email me at contact@candiceabaddies.com. Just put enroll me and I will send you an invoice to the email that you emailed me from. Okay. So sorry about the extra step, but if you want to pay via PayPal, absolutely click the link in my show notes and go straight there. You can access payments there. Now, that was a lot. So now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's jump into today's episode. So today we're talking about healing, really talking about why it's important to do it, why take your time to do it, and what does it do for you? How does it make your life better? And so I want to give you 4 ways today that healing actually leads to a better life for you. And I didn't know this. I found this out as I went through the healing process because I just got to this point. I didn't have any knowledge or any wisdom surrounding healing and what it could do for me. I didn't have a podcast that I was listening to like this. All I knew at that time is that I didn't want to feel that way anymore. The pain was so intense. I dreaded each day. Like I didn't see hope for my future. And so I knew I had to do something differently. And so I stumbled through my healing process, but ultimately reached healing, and it was so much better on the other side of it. And a man didn't make it better. I don't want you to think, oh yeah, but you got married and that's what made it better and all that. It was better before I got engaged, before I got married, before I did any of that. So know that being single and healed is so much better than where you are right now. Trust me on that. And so let's jump into those 5 ways that healing will allow you to live a better life. Number 1, it allows you to let go of the past. So right now, it's very likely that you are really holding on to your ex, all the memories, all the things that coulda, shoulda, woulda been. You're holding on to what you wanted your life to look like. You're holding on to hope that y'all will get back together. You're just holding on to a lot of things from the past instead of releasing them. Sis, you have to be able to release those things. It is important that you release those things. You cannot walk into the future. You cannot walk into what God has for you unless you release the past. So healing will allow you to do that. It will allow you to open up your hand and let it all go. You're keeping it captive. You're hoarding it in your heart. You're just having hope that, because the truth is that the future is scary. So you're holding on to the past because you don't know what the future holds. But sis, think about what you're feeling right now. Think about what you're going through. The future has to be better than this. All right. And it is, but it is a process to get to that. So it helps you to let go of the past. Number 2, It allows you to make room for new people and new experiences in your life. So this is important as well. Because again, if you're holding on to the past, that means that you're having a hard time letting new people in, right? You're having a hard time trying something new. And those things will actually help you to heal as you move forward. You want to be able to let new people in. I'm not saying let everybody in. Definitely be discerning of the spirits of the people that you are encountering for sure. But ultimately, once you actually heal, and you want to be able to let in new friends and ultimately a new interest person, right? A new love interest. You want to be able to get to that point where you're not so fixated on what has happened in your past that you can't move on and have a healthy relationship with someone else, because you can enter into a relationship with someone else, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be healthy. And so you don't want to enter into an unhealthy relationship with someone else, because you don't want this to become a cycle of having unhealthy relationships, having breakups, being broken, heartbroken, having to go through this process and not fully going through it, trying to just fill your voids with another man. You don't want to have to do that. So be ready to heal so that you can have a relationship with someone else one day that is healthy, that will allow you to be yourself and allow you to flourish and serve the Lord as you are meant to do, without having all these regrets and holding on to all the things from the past. And then number 3 is it changes your perspective to see what's possible. So a lot of times our minds are clouded when we have a lot of thoughts going on about our current situations and we're weighed down by things that we may be experiencing right now. It makes it really hard to see like what is possible. Unfortunately, when we go through difficult situations, our vantage point becomes so skewed, and all we can see is what we're in, what we're facing, and it's hard to look beyond that. You know that saying, you can't see the forest for the trees because all you see is the trees. But if you can rise above the situation, then you're able to see that there's more than what is in front of you. There's more than what you're experiencing right now. And so to keep that in mind, but you won't actually really believe that or be able to see the possibilities until you actually heal. Okay. So healing will allow you to change your perspective in that way so that you can see what's possible, so that you can build your hope, so that you will be able to move forward and know that, hey, there are good things out there. This isn't the end all be all. All right. Number 4, it deepens your faith in God. So when you actually go through this healing process, the healing process from a broken heart is actually like, it's an opportunity, is what I like to call it. It's an opportunity for us to put our trust in God and say, God, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. This is painful, but I'm giving this to you. I'm surrendering to you. And so from here, God, I need you to help me. I need you to bring me through this. And he will bring you through this. Again, process. He's going to use this experience of heartbreak and healing to make you a better person, to refine you, to prune you, and to build you up, right? But he won't leave you. He won't leave you in this situation. If you're partnering with him and you're putting him first, allowing him to join you on this journey, you're going to make it out. You absolutely will make it out on the other side. I have heard the testimonies and I have the testimony myself, so I know it's true. And when you get to the other side, you can say, oh God, you did that thing that I asked you to do. You kept me, you healed me, you loved on me, you made sure that I made it to the other side. And so with that, your faith is deepened, your faith grows, and it allows you to trust God more. So as you face different things in life, because this heartbreak won't be the last hard thing you face, unfortunately, but use this as the opportunity to deepen your faith so that you can trust God again whenever something else rises up in your life that's causing you to, really kind of shake your emotions and make you question your future and all these things. What you can know is, well, God, you did it before, so I'm going to trust you to do it again. And that's what deepening your faith is all about. So when you heal, it allows you to deepen your faith in God. And then number 5, it allows you to have a better relationship with yourself. All right. And the relationship with God should be number one. And then right up under that should be your relationship with yourself. You need to be able to know you. Okay. You need to know yourself. You need to love yourself. And now this is not the same thing as, being vain and being a lover of yourself, right? Because the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. We are to esteem others more highly than ourselves, those types of things. But that does not mean that you forsake yourself. You need to be in tune with who you are. You need to be in tune with your emotions, your reactions, your triggers, your likes, your dislikes. You need to know yourself. And so when you heal, it allows you to know yourself. It allows you to know the real version of yourself, not the broken version of yourself. You want to get to know the real version of yourself. And when you're heartbroken, when you've gone through trauma, when you've gone through, toxic relationships, when you've been in it for so long, you kind of lose yourself. And so as you heal, you get to know yourself again. Okay. And that is a relationship. I talked about it last week whenever we were talking about the grieving process. I go through it in my course, Grieving the Living, about how to revive the relationship with yourself and how to nurture the relationship with yourself, because it's very important that you know you, that you like you, and that you love you, and that you're able to view yourself through the lens that God views you from, that you know what God's word says about you, and not only know it, but believe it. Okay, so it's so important to have that better relationship with yourself. And that's the 5 things, sis. It's the 5 things. So to run through them again really quickly, healing allows you to let go of the past. It allows you to make room for new people and experiences in your life. It changes your perspective to see what's possible. It deepens your it deepens your faith in God, and allows you to have a better relationship with yourself. All right. And so those are the 5 things, sis. They're really important things. And I want to see these things for you. I've experienced it myself. Again, I'm hearing about other women who are talking about it too, and saying, man, especially that relationship with God, that's the one thing, y'all. That's the one thing. If it wasn't anything else, because if you are able to deepen your faith in God and grow your relationship with Him, it really does affect all other areas of your life, and for the better. And so, but all of these things are very important, and you can do it. And it may seem impossible for you, but it's not. It is absolutely not impossible. So do what you have to do. All right. There are some of you who have my book and who are reading it, and you're being transformed by the scriptures and testimonies and tips given in the book. And that is amazing. You're being encouraged and transformed in that way. Some of you have joined Grieving the Living, and I'm super excited to hear about what's happening with you guys as you go through that course. I know as you go through that process, it won't be easy, but it will produce really good fruit in your lives. So stick with it. Some of you have gotten coaching and you got your roadmap, and so you know what you're doing next. And that is amazing too. As you walk on this journey, you have me to help you develop this plan so that you are not doing this alone, and you know exactly what you should do next on your healing journey. And so that's amazing too. So no matter which avenue that you choose to get help healing, you don't have to do it alone. You absolutely don't have to do this by yourself. I know it's difficult by yourself. I know it's hard, but it's okay, because you can make it. And the main thing is get with God first. And if I were you and you're not sure like what help I should get, right? I would pray and say, God, you help me. And if I need someone else to come alongside me, or if I need a specific resource to help me, show me, tell me, give me a sign, that this is the avenue that I should go on to help me on my healing journey, and just follow His lead. Okay. I definitely would not want you to do anything that's not Holy Spirit led, that God didn't lead you to. So do all of that. All right. And so I love you so much. If you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, be sure to come join us. We would love to have you. And also, join my email list. You can go to CandiceAbaddies.com /home. Right there on the homepage, actually, you can scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can join my email list there so that you will stay in the know. All right. So next week, it is debatable whether or not we will have a podcast episode. So if you don't see one pop up next week, I'm just taking a little break, y'all. But other than that, I'll talk to y'all again real soon. Love you. Bye. Hey, sis. Listen. If you've been blessed, changed, or inspired by this podcast in any way, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the #1 way that you can thank me and show support for the show. Also, if this podcast blessed you, don't keep it to yourself. Do a quick share and bless someone else. Please know I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I would love to hear from you. Come connect with me and other like-minded individuals in my Facebook group called Christian Women Overcoming Heartbreak and Finding Purpose. I can't wait to meet you back here really soon. Until then, remember to love the life you have while you're making it better. Love you, sis.